hold on there. I gotta sign you in. Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right? You must have seen those UDL gunships on your way in. There's only 3 of them these days. Still, they tend to scare folk off. You may not have heard, you being new, but Stellar Bay hardly ever gets off-road traffic, us being cut off by the board and all. Which means I never get to do this part, but I've been practicing, so here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records. Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill. We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago. Mr. Sandra will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor? I got this Rizzo's Rangers tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in? I couldn't really say, I'm just a fan of the game. But the fancy collector types say the more people see these things, the less valuable they are. And I figure my poster's been passed around by more than a few people by now. Thanks a bunch! Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't...
And the little bastard's slippery, right? On account of its blood, so it's sliding. All over the place, trying to crawl away. Getting so I can't tell the blood from the mud. Don't interrupt, it's rude. But I gotta get in there, get right in that baby rap's stomach and dig it out. If so much as a drop of stomach acid got on that medallion, shit, I don't know what I'd do. Might be I'd hunt every damn wrapped out there. Right. What are you staring? Wait. You ain't from around here. Who are you? Name's Nyoka. I'm the best big game hunter on the planet.
You're also the loudest big game hunter on the planet. And the drunkest.
Shut the fuck. Fair point. I deserve it, though, on account of being the best.
My dad always kept his firearms and liquors in different lockers. Said it wasn't safe to mix them.
Out here, if you ain't a little buzzed, you're liable to notice the stench of life. The grit in the air. The dust. Ooh, charmer. Don't get a lot of that around here. Folks mostly grump at me about how I should join the MSI payroll. Nice change of pace. Buy me a drink, will you? Outstanding! What are you doing in Stellar Bay, stranger? Well. Let's get down to brass nuts then, shall we? Brass... Wait, that ain't it. Brass rats? Let's talk business. I'm headed back out there after I sober up. You want a guide sooner than that? You'll have to get me something to clear my head. More than you have, I suspect. I plan to sit here and... Outstanding! Our dispensary here maintains a stock of, well, I don't rightly know what they are. Steroid or caffeine somethings? Pills. They're very good. I'm cut off for the month, on account of needing one just about every damn day. But I'm sure you've got your wily ways. Well, they work. We got a deal.
Wrapped musk and canid eyes, right here. Hello, stranger. Can I interest you in a raptidon? You look like a woman who's looking... I don't know. Celia usually buys whatever I have, and Mr. Pickett seemed real interested.
Mr. Pickett? Franklin Pickett from Edgewater?
That's him. He'd been here years, but he always talked about going...
Sure. Mr. Pickett used to run the community center outside Edgewater. He had this grand idea to make it a museum for halcyon life. As my dad told it, Mr. Pickett was always going on about getting a mantiqueen for the last display. He left the Vale, gosh, years ago.
He came to Stellar Bay years ago, just before the board cut us off. Ended up stuck here. He was always real interested in our monsters. Mantiqueens, especially. Sure. They're real big. Hard to miss them. Well, I could send you to the same place I sent Mr. Pickett. But I haven't seen him in a few weeks. To tell true, I'm starting to get a bit worried.
Captain, can we look for him? I feel off.
Tell you what. I'll tell you where I sent Mr. Pickett if you promise to look for him. Help him out if he's...
Thanks, Captain.
All right, then. Leave town through the southern gate, the one right here, and head past the abandoned ruins. Last mantiqueen I saw was in the wilds out that-a-ways. Could be... Oh, good.
Could I get another advance, Miss? Greetings, and welcome to Monarch Stellar Industries. What can I do? You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop Bob. I still don't know anything about it. But if you want to help him, Velma's the... But I'll warn you. Grip.
Or is he not paying you on account of how he tried to fix the thing his own self and busted it even worse, and then said you wasn't fixing it fast enough, so he's docking your wages again? Not that I got any prior experience.
Not at all. Mr. Nandi treats us all right and pays us well. I just spent most of my paycheck on Raptidon acid. Laws, no. Sometimes it's canid teeth, or mantis worm wings. Whatever Sebastian has in stock, really. So I can talk to him, of course. He doesn't get going about much else.
I reckon she's got a little bit of a squish on this.
He's sort of the Strongs. Unfortunately, my apartment's kind of filling up with his stuff. And some of the neighbors... you? Oh, Mr. Nandi's doing that thing where he breathes through his nose real slowly. He doesn't talk much, but he's got this. Plus, he's got great legs. It's hard to find a man who doesn't skimp on.
Good to have standards, I guess.
I know what I'm looking for. Sorry.
Well, Celia, didn't I tell you our new statistics-based ad?
That?
How can yield improvements of 26.7% not quicken the pulse? How can 32% cost save?
You've often posed.
Clear my schedule. This...
You'd be a hit in Byzantium.
Did you hear that power play, Celia? They don't make them like this anymore in Halcyon. I only hope you don't judge me by my handshake. Now, what business brings you here? What a charming notion. One doesn't meet many free spirits in Halcyon. Not outside Tartarus prison, anyway. Forgive me, I'd be positively enraptured. Only I take it that...
Now, there's no need to...
Seems like you're having a rough time,
Oh, don't worry on my account. This is merely the latest in a long line of professional erotic.
I had hoped that livening up our advertisements with enticing figures would draw... Thanks to the so-called hazard clause, Monarch has been cut off from the board's resource. Now, we've kept ourselves in business by trading with individual corporations, but given the off-the-books nature of those Yes, freedom is a tempting ideal, but a rather...
Indeed. Mr. Nandi here has a rather ingenious plan to get MSI
on our...
Ingenious plan? Don't get me wrong, I'm starting to admire your sand, but I bet you could overcomplicate a sisty sandwich.
What a charmingly roguish turn of phrase. Allow me to express my thanks at your confidence and assure you that my plan is indeed...
And if our advertising scheme hasn't borne fruit, then perhaps it's time we took matters into our...
It's true, our Celia is an alarmingly competent middle manager. The plan she refers to is a two-pronged approach, and the first part involves seeing Stellar Bay properly defended. With a Bolt 52 cartridge, of course. If you can get us what we need to rejoin the board, starting the Bolt 52, we'll be able to become one of the most
And you'll have a...
Why, one of the strongest defense...
Never realized fighting the bureaucracy.
It is... In the old arms building southwest of... Saying... That's just what it's called. It's supposed to stand for something, but... Good enough. Oh, and while you're at it, there should be a terminal in the arms building with some dangerous information. Perhaps you could... What can I do? Hiram? Why, he's probably still out at Devil's Peak. You'd head south. But if you insist on going, I'd recommend taking...
If you can...
I see. And what... Well, that's excellent. I'll see that you're... What else can I do? Then it's good. What can I do for you?
Ma'am, please. Oh, thank you for stopping. Everyone acts like nothing's... Please, you have to help me get my little Tucker back.
It's more dissolving.
That is not... Don't you tell me to calm down. I promised my... He ran out into the wilderness a few days ago. I warned him about the raptidons, mantisaurs.
Oh, law, Captain. A youngster won't...
Please, Thank you. Oh, I know. You look for him in Amber Heights, you hear? It's down the road. And if you find any of them iconoclasts indoctrinating my boy, you punch them in the mouths.
Well, well. The only new folk I ever see... What can I... Do your... What... If you don't see it, I don't got...
You look... Huh. I haven't seen her in a few days. I hope it's working okay, because no one else really seems in... Wait, I see what's going on.
Oh, no, that's not it at all.
Don't get me wrong. I'd like to give her a discount. She's a real fine lady. Always talk. But if I give her one, I won't hardly make a bit. On account of no one else... You sound pretty...
Give her a chance. Give yourself...
Okay, I'll do it. Once her shift ends, we'll go someplace...
That's the spirit between you and me, Captain. I'm not sure Miss Celia knows him too well, but we can hope, right?
Help! Someone's been killed! I think I'm gonna be... I clean the apartments while everyone's at work. I've seen all sorts of messes, but if you're going into the apartments, do not go into the lower one on the right. Now, if you'll
Sorry. Just spooked me, was all.
Not much I can do for this guy.
Got any news from the rest of Halcyon?
Whatever you do, don't mention Tossball to Isaac. You'll never hear the end of it.
I haven't seen him in a while. You startled me. Don't sneak up on a person like that, huh?
Good day to you.
Whoa, by the stars, my poor heart. I just about pissed my jumpsuit. Easy for you to say. You can hop into your spaceship and leave any time. This town is enough to try anyone's nerves. Where should I begin? With the oversized mantisaurs? Or perhaps the rap spewing acid at our walls? The board was right. This place is only every day. But in case you haven't noticed, and even if I did scrape together enough to buy passage out with sublight, which would mean reaching Fallbrook without getting eaten, shot, nothing. That's what. Because MSI is not in what you'd call good standing with the board. So even if I could get out of here, no one's gonna hire. Even talking about it as my...
You're fast.
Yvonne? Hello, dearie. Why, I don't believe I've seen you before. And with sweet cheek.
Quite the bedside manner, lady.
Well, it's so rare. What can Auntie Abigail do for you? And what a helpful young lady you are. Nothing like a little...
Whiskey helps.
Please leave Now, dearie, who's this pickup for? I'm so sorry, but with the iconoclasts and the marauder filth chasing away what little trade we get, I'm afraid I have... Our reserves have gotten so low, I've even had to start locking the supply room upstairs. Except for you. I'd make an exception for you if I could, my little cherub. Is there anyone else? Oh. It's none of my business, but I have told her Dr. Williams would bump up her monthly allotment if only she'd join MSI. Now I've gone and said too much. I'm afraid it'll be the better part of a month. Our dear Nyoka, believe me, there's nothing I'd love better than to help. Dr. Williams managed the town's allotments from his terminal up. Oh, you flatter an old woman. And to keep an extra key to the supply room, for all the times Dr. Williams misplaced his. The one upstairs. In the town graveyard, I'm afraid. Poor man was... The graveyard... Do be careful. I'd hate for anything to happen to you. Chin up. If Velma's capable of running the warehouse, she can certainly pick up her own caffeinoid.
Don't be so...
Ooh, you're the new face. Wow. So who do you follow? Wait, don't tell me. You look like a hammersmith. Aren't they just? When I get to worrying about the marauders outside, the raptor... Most of the time it's static on account of the frequency being clogged up. But sometimes... So, what can I do? Poor Isaac. I was wondering why. I'd really like to help. Isaac was a sweet fellow. I don't know for sure, but I saw Elijah and his buddies pushing Isaac around. They're hooligans from Fallbrook. They sweep into town, drop supplies off behind the warehouse, and spend the rest of their stay getting rowdy over tossball games. They usually loiter in the alley behind the yacht club. They're not allowed in the bar anymore. I bet you anything Isaac ran into trouble. Mr. Sanjar will be pleased to hear about it when you're done. I know he gets fed up with the Fallbrook bullies.
Velma seem out of sorts to you?
She's always cranky.
No.
Look, I don't... Oh, sorry. For a second, I thought you were Grim.
Look, you can tell Catherine the new shipment will be ready when it's ready, all right? She's welcome to come up here and pack boxes herself if she's in... Did she now? Well, I can see I was mistaken. Because if Catherine really had sent you, there'd be a lot more expletives in your message. I hope you can forgive my temper. This job has been... First, my autoloader foreman stages a walkout, and now my chief pescatological health manager is missing. This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grim his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell. That about covers... It's staying locked up in my office until now. No. I paid Sublight for it. So, it's mine. And when... Sure can. Damn right he will. Hopefully that'll be the last I see it. Take the poster then. And if I never hear something else on your mind? Braxton. He's in charge of getting the fish fat, but also making sure they don't get too many too. He's a real wizard with pharmaceuticals, but he has creative notions of working hours. Comes with living in a free colony, I guess. I can't keep working double shifts either. Since you don't seem to be constrained yourself, maybe you... Tell him Velma said to get his lazy ass down here, or she might start noticing those extra drugs he's been taking from supply. Sublight boss out. You're a lifesaver. Hope Abigail didn't give you a hard time.
Just the usual. Any word on Braxton?
Nothing. Don't know how much longer I can cover for you.
What are the chances of all the times and places we could have been born?
Yeah.
We're here, light years from Earth, going about our lives.
Every time the punch-clock peels, a worker earns his meals.
Miss Ellie, Dr. Finhill. I notice your pistol's been making a funny noise.
What are you talking about? I oil it every night.
Well, look here. Your slide's not recoiling fully? You might be due for a new spring. I could take a look, maybe fix it for you.
Sure. I'm short on bits at the moment, but I'll pay you back.
Oh, no. I mean, it don't cost nothing. I got a spare spring in my pocket here, even.
Everything's got a price.
Who the fuck are you? This ain't your alley.
Beat it.
Hey! What are you doing here? Berta already pissed by those crates to market. Listen, that purple-toothed twerp had it coming. Not that anyone has proof. And not that it's
Have you talked to... Okay. Was he like... Not to worry. If I never buy another wrap... look at me going on. I'm sure you've got other things to do, and Mr. Nandi's giving me that back-to-work look. Anyhow, thank you.
Says someone who's never had any fun. Exactly. See? I'm glad so...
That was fast. I gotta see about stocking some on the
You be careful. The first one's free. After that, they'll offer you... Great. Where to? Oh, Hiram? I ain't checked in on that man in an age. He's running the giant radio tower. We'll be going south and west, mostly along the road till we're past Fallbrook. Out there, there's a western slope that'll lead us through some fun. You like hunting, right? That's fun. If you're more of a spelunker, Rotting River will take you into the mountain caverns. We can discuss... That said, 3's already a crowd. I don't mind waiting somewhere until you got a...
I hope you like being part of our crew, Nyoka. We're real
Oh, no. Monarch ain't safe, even with me around. I've just got intimate knowledge of its dangers and an abundance of fortitude. Folks hire me because I know what you can shoot and what you ought to run from. That's a mistake you only get to make once.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? Would you look at that? The Rizzles... I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was gonna spend at the... And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker, too. Never...
If you stop in the engine room, would you ask Parvati to send Sam down to the bridge? Please avoid damaging yourself or others while you are out.
You ever been off Monarch, Nyoka? Before you met the captain, I mean.
Nah, I mostly just drank and hunted. As soon as you stop to dream of other things, that'll be the day something sneaks up and eats you.
Don't fret. I'm watching your back now. Anything tries to eat us, I'll give it a mighty whack on the nose.
You again! Braxton. I've never even heard of a Braxton. Got nothing for you, sorry. Oh, he told me he was delivering to this house in the ruins south of town. So...
Poor fella. Hope he's okay. We should hurry, Captain.
Well, forgive me, sir. Anyway. But that means we won't be able to log. If there's one thing I've been hoping to re-establish in Stellar Bay, it's proper documentation for legal matters. Live and... Still, your intervention in the matter is much appreciated. Please consider this payment.
Smells like wrapped in here. Oh, it does work. I bought some musk from the back.
What was it like in Edgewater? hear you workers were on the clock every available moment.
We always got 8 hours a day for sleeping. Just not always consecutive.
My condolences. I appreciate consistent wages like any other sane person, but that still sounds awful. At least Sanjar gives his folks weekends.
Weekends?
Hands of the Void. I used to drop by the bar in Stellar Bay to knock a few back with the folks who had Saturdays off.
Don't know what I'd have done with that much time. I was always behind schedule anyhow.
Knowing you, you'd sit and be alone with your thoughts. What's up?
Are we gonna get in trouble today? Not that I want to, just seems to happen around you, is all.
Crew report. Mioka is drunk. Surprise.
Hey, Captain. I hope I wasn't too much bother at the bar. I did have fun, and I tried some things I never would have otherwise. Though, that whiskey did give my head aching something fierce. Feels like a primal's chewing on my skull. I messaged Junlei when we got back, and she replied super quick. Okay. I was awake half the night, thinking about what I sent, anxious to see what you said. I reread my message in the morning, and it was unclear. I was drinking when I sent it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have had the courage. Also, sorry for the typos. Oh, she called mashed potatoes smashed potatoes, but I think maybe that's just what they call them on Groundbreaker. I've ruined things in the past because I didn't say things I should have, like, I've met someone who's become special to me. I want to be honest with her, so if she feels the same about me, there won't be any surprises. Oh, isn't she sweet? Like one of those 2-bit romances where one soul's all stiff and formal and, I should be glad to perhaps take hold of your hand, miss. I ought to go write her back. I mean, I already did. Twice. Yeah, so I was looking for a place that was quiet. I figured the kitchen would be louder than the hold, so cozy-like, ain't it? Oh, you mean Sam? He's just the sweetest. Nah, but I've been thinking on one. Gotta get to know him better, I think. Maybe ask him what he... It ain't nice to give folks a nickname without him giving you the okay first. Of course, that don't stop feeling.